Hi, everybody. I wanted to take a brief moment at the beginning of the year to offer a video to just sort of like quickly point out all of the tools that I plan to use in our class this year. And so, for starters, what you see in front of us is our Google Classroom page. This one's for D Block, but they all should look roughly the same. On our Google Classroom page, there will be a post on the stream. This one will actually stay at the top all year. I may put other posts, but I always bring this one back to the top. This one will have a link to this video in case you want to look at it again, and also a link to our Bitmoji Classroom, which will be used as a place to find the most recent schedule, how to communicate with me, our class norms, that kind of stuff. What you will find is over here on the classwork tab, you will find the work that you have to do. When you first log in, you will find two assignments here. They're for Unit 1. You don't have to do anything with them yet. We'll talk about them in the beginning of class. And you won't see this, but over time, you will see other assignments show up. These are actually your Edpuzzle videos, which you will be watching fairly regularly. If you click on them, you just click on the video and it'll take you to Edpuzzle. Your login for Edpuzzle is just your school email. So when you go to Edpuzzle, what you will do is you'll be on this page. You'll go log in. You will choose I'm a student, and you will make sure that you are logged into your web browser with your Google account for school, so your RDG student account, and then you will just click sign in with Google. Okay? And then that way it's the same login for Google Classroom and for Edpuzzle, which should make life a little bit easier for you. I want to go back to Google Classroom real quick, and I want to point out that it is my recommendation that you go to your Google Classroom, and you're going to see all your different teachers have Google Classrooms this year. And you want to go down here to the settings section. And at least for my class, I would go over here to the receive email notifications and make sure that that's off. I expect you to go to Google Classroom fairly regularly, so you will see what updates there are. And if you have the app on your phone, it will notify you through an app notification. You don't need to also receive 50 emails from me every time classwork gets added or I change something on the stream. I think this will just simplify your life a little bit. So let's go back to this. You will note, I point out where the classwork is. If you go to grades, right now there's nothing, but all of your grades will be in here. So you will always be able to look at your current grades in Google Classroom because that's where we're going to be turning in all our work. But I will periodically just put these over in Portal and make sure Portal's updated so both you and your parents can see them there. The numbers should be the same in both places. If there's some sort of discrepancy, we'll talk about it and figure it out. Okay. So I think that that's it for Google Classroom. I am going to send you an email that invites you to the page, so you're not going to need to join it other than by accepting the invite. We've talked about Edpuzzle, so let's talk a little bit about what I'm calling now the work log. So many of you have had me before, some of you have not. I do what is called a menu style instruction, which frequently just gets called my checklist. And basically what that is there are certain things that you will have to do as part of a unit, but then there are certain things that you will get to choose to do. So this work log is the newest form of the checklist. So you'll notice over here on the left side, it says videos that you must watch. Well, these videos are on Edpuzzle, and they will be assignments in Google Classroom for you to click on, but everybody has to do these. You also notice here, there are all the sections of the textbook that you have to read. I'm not going to check on this, so I expect you to read them. If you don't, you're probably going to fall behind. In terms of taking notes, well, let's talk about that in a second. So these are the things you have to do. You also are going to have to take the quizzes at the end of every unit. Down here is the choices that you get to make. So this right here for our first unit are the 6 sections that the College Board created. And so what I have done is I have made these little pull-down menus. And so for section 1.1, you will have to do a level 1 assignment, a level 2 assignment, and a level 3 assignment. And so if you do click on the pull-down menu for 1.1, there is only one choice. right? But if you click on the pull down menu for level 2, there's actually 2 choices. If you click on the pull down menu for level 3, there's actually 3 choices, okay? Or rather 2 more choices. If you go to like 1.3, there's 2 choices. If you go to level 2, there's actually 3 choices. If you go to level 3, there's 2 choices, okay? So you have to basically have done one assignment for each topic for each level. And you'll just click on this and choose your selection, and then you'll do that for each one. And what I'm asking you here is to estimate how much time you spent on the assignment. So if you spent an hour, you'd put in a 1. If you spent half an hour, you'd put in like 0.25. If you spent, 0.5. If you spent 15 minutes, you'd put in like 0.25. Just estimate. And that way over here, it'll give us a total of how much time you spent on the unit. So let's talk a little bit about some of the assignment types. So 2-column notes. I will give you a template if you choose that. And you are going to have to use the template and fill it out. And you can take notes on the various textbook sections. So basically, if you're the kind of person who's going to read and take notes in the textbook, that will count as part of your assignment. Taking notes on the videos counts as part of your assignment. So I believe right here, right? Biological molecules, videos, 2-column notes. So if you take notes on the video, just filling out the 2-column template and submitting it, that's your level 1 assignment. So I'm not trying to give you extra work. I'm actually trying to reward you for the things you might do anyway. I also want to point out that there are certain things that show up in multiple spaces. So right here, one of the common level 3 assignments from last year was writing a multiple choice quiz based on the topic. Well, if you write a 15-question multiple choice quiz, that counts as your 1.1 level 3 assignment and your 1.2 assignment and your 1.3 assignment. So you're not writing 6 quizzes. You write one 15-question multiple choice quiz, and that counts for everything, right? So if you go over here, no, that one's just for that. So no, that's probably just for that as well. That's probably the only thing in this particular. No, the scientific inquiry essay actually counts for a couple things. So you notice that the scientific inquiry essay is a choice in 1.6 and 1.5. So if you do the chapter 3 scientific inquiry essay, then you get to put that in 5 and 6. You're not doing it twice, just once. Okay. So I'll go over this in person again, but I just wanted to give you a quick introduction. So the first thing you're going to do in class is look through this. And once you look through this and see all the assignment options, then you're going to go to this spreadsheet, and this is a shared spreadsheet. And each thing that you choose to do, you'll notice down here there's a level 1 activity tab, a level 2 activity tab, and a level 3 activity tab. So if I plan to write 2-column notes for chapter 2.2, I'm going to write my name in here. And then if I want to do 2-column notes for 3.2, I'm going to write my name in here as well. So basically what I should get when this is done is a column of all the students who plan to do the chapter 3.2 2-column notes. And then what I will do is I will send that out as an assignment on Google Classroom, but only to those students. So it's very important at the beginning. You're going to choose the assignments from the work log, and then you also will fill in this sheet as to which assignments you plan to do. Now, talking about the chapters and the notes leads us to the textbook. So we only have an online textbook. We could talk about the benefits and the drawbacks of that, but for now we only have an online textbook. And I will set up a classroom and send you an invite, and you will go to Pearson and sign in. It is my recommendation that your username just be your school email, and you probably use the same password you use for that, just for simplicity's sake. But once you go in here, you will be able to, and it'll look a little bit different for you, right? But you'll be able to find several things. So for one thing, over on the left side, there is the eText link. And if you click on that, that will take you to the textbook. It'll take a second to load. So up here in the menu, what you can do is look at all the different chapters. And so this is where you will find the textbook stuff, okay? They also have vocabulary lists in here that you can look at. And then some of the assignments, I frequently give you online assignments is what they're called, but basically they're like videos and practice and stuff that they have on here. And so here we go, all assignments. So if we go and we take a look at the assignments, so you'll notice that there's a Unit 2.1 online assignment. Well, that's something you could choose on your work log. The Unit 2.2 online assignment, that's something you can choose on your work log. And if you click on it, it will just take you through the assignment. And then it'll let me know in here that it's done. All right. So Google Classroom, that's the only thing you really have to sign up for at the start, because the same login from that will get you into Edpuzzle. When we're ready, I will get you onto the textbook, and we've gone a little bit through the work log and the unit activity selection. So I think that's it for now. And again, we'll go over all this on our first day of class, but I wanted to have this video so you could at least get a sense of what's going to happen. All right. I look forward to seeing you all.